Hi guys, what's up? It's Maddi Jane. I am 25 years old. I'm coming to you from LA this morning. It's been an exciting week. My blind audition on The Voice was just aired, season 25. I'm so stoked to be on Team Champ.
To regret other than this 4/4 kick drum pounding in my head.
I feel like I have been sort of preparing for this moment for a really long time. I've been in the industry for about 13 years. And I signed to my first production company when I was like 11 years old. And then have just sort of been journeying through learning how to be a producer and a better songwriter and discerning, the types of people I want to be working with. And it's been a very long journey. I'm super grateful for my manager, Ashley, who's here. She really focused on artist development in my life, which I feel like there had been a bit of a lack of before. So for the last 5 years, she's like, Maddi, it doesn't matter how small the crowd is. Like, I'm going to put you on that stage and you're going to perform like you're performing to 1,000, stadium. And so I followed her to these dive bars. I followed her to South by Southwest and actually have this memory of her literally like going around tapping people on the shoulder and being like, would you come and watch my artist? Like, she's really good, and there were rooms that were 5 people that she filled up to like 25 people, and I just had to connect with them and make them feel, something when I was singing. And so I'm super grateful for the journey that it's taken me to support a moment like that 4-chair turn. A lot of people see the 4-chair turn, they're like, oh, she's so lucky. I've heard such hilarious things. There was actually this one person that was like, oh, well, she probably does a lot of karaoke because she's Asian. That's why she got a 4-chair turn. And I'm like, the things that I'm hearing are so funny. I just want to clarify, like, it's taken so much performing to 0 audiences and just continuing to persevere in this industry to receive a moment like that.
Is this what healing feels like? Is this what it's supposed to feel like when you open up just a little?
The Voice reached out to me from a reel that I had made for an original song.
Okay.
And, in this age of marketing, so many artists, like, bless their heart, like their hearts are so soft and they're like, I don't want to promote myself, like it taints the purity of the art. And I so resonate with that. And so I was kind of pushing back, on Ashley. I'm like, I don't want to do these reels. Like, I just want to create, blah, blah, blah. But she's like, you have to do the reels. You need to do the reels. This is where everything's headed, And so again, props to her, because if I hadn't, invested in making that music video and then putting it all over the internet, I don't think that they would have reached out and they would have found me. So, creatives that are so in your head, like, it's not tainting the purity, putting yourself out there. Like, it's still a great thing and it deserves to be heard. You know what I mean?
When you switched into your full-on singing voice, I think that's what made me and John turn simultaneously. There's an added bit of pressure that goes on the artist because they're working so hard to get the chair turns. And instead of you kind of shrinking in or being distracted by it, you instantly started turning up this side of the crowd, then you ran to that side and turned up that side of the crowd. And that's really what we look for on the show. And you're obviously a star, like everybody said.
I was a total theater geek. I was homeschooled. I loved theater. And that's sort of where I developed my performance chops, my breath control, and all that stuff. And I went to my guitar teacher's house, and his nephew was in the band Plain White Tees. They did Hey There Delilah or whatever. Where I'm in Chicago, by the way. So I was in a suburb of Chicago. My guitar teacher's like, my nephew's coming in town, let's jam. Let's jam. Let's get together. I'm like, okay, and of course I'm 9. So my parents come with me and we get to the house, and my guitar teacher, Mr. Mast, has a whole video crew set up. And we're like, wait, why do you have a video crew like set up? And he's like, I just feel like it's going to be special. Like, I feel like this moment is going to be good. I just wanted to, capture it. And so I sang Break Even by the Script. And I genuinely cannot remember if it was my guitar teacher or my dad that posted the video of us jamming. But one of the producers of the Ellen DeGeneres show found it in the same week. And I had no subscribers, no views, anything. They found it in the same week and they were like, we're doing a kids challenge show. Would she be down to fly out to Los Angeles and perform this song on the show? And so by the time I was 11 years old, I had that practice of performing on live TV under my belt. And I remember not being anxious at all, or scared because you're 11. And I'm just like, treating it like an audition for my community theater. I've spent a lot of time breaking down why these songs did so good because I've had like over a decade to think about it. I think it's like the quality, making sure that I think we invested a lot of money in the production value of the covers. So it was like great quality. We had a whole band working together. We were very meticulous about how the emotion came through and getting the right takes. But at the end of the day, like, I really think it was just kind of like a lightning strike moment in a way also. Like you can prepare yourself, but like I don't know why she reached out to me. I really don't know. I think there was something in the emotion that I was communicating, maybe the messaging. I think people really respond to like emotion. If they feel something, then they'll share it. So yeah, I'm still really not sure actually.
Squeezing and teasing, I'm sitting on him. All of my diamonds are dripping on him. I met him at the bar, it was 12 or something. I ordered 2 more wines, cause tonight I want him.
In the rehearsal room backstage, as you can imagine, there's a lot of feelings, a lot of energy, a lot of emotion from everybody. Because everyone's wondering, am I even going to get an audition? Am I even going to, air? And I was actually reading, I don't know if you've heard of like Joyce Meyer, but she has like a little pamphlet that's like just like Bible verses on certain emotions you feel. So like anxiety, and then little Bible verses like about anxiety or whatever. So I'm just like reading my little like verses about anxiety. And then I was in these like platform heels and I never wear heels. Like I'm totally like a hoodie person. And I had this feeling in my head. I'm like, I feel like I need to like gather more ankle support. Otherwise, I'm totally gonna just like fall over. So I had wrapped my ankles with like that stuff that, if you sprain your ankle, you like wrap it. So I've got my Joyce Meyer book and I like wrapped my ankles. And then I'm like, all right, like I feel like I do have a message inside me. And that message has a lot to do with everything that I have overcome in this industry. Um, Mostly just about like, it's such a hard industry to break into. And I have this gut feeling that like, if I can break into this, like other people that I know in my life and behind me can also come into it. And there's so much greed in the industry, and I want to be an open-handed artist. I want to be a generous artist, generous with like the connections I have and generous, with everything. And I want to like help things move in a different direction in this industry. And so I was definitely pulling from that energy and being determined to like, I have something to say. And like, whether or not you guys turn for me, like, I'm a conqueror. It doesn't matter if you see it or not. Like, it's been 13 years. Like, hello, like, I'm still here. And so that's kind of what I was like pulling from. I felt that energy and I felt, that support. I was just picturing, like, again, like, God, my higher power, like Jesus, like, I was really picturing him above their faces. I wasn't even looking at their faces. I was just literally looking at him. And when the chair turned, it was like, okay, cool. Like, I don't, okay. Like, I literally just didn't break connection with him.
Yeah.
I wasn't even planning on anyone turning, really. So I didn't plan for that. Um, yeah. All the judges are like very lovely people. I think I wanted to make my choice based on someone who had like a heart and a legacy in the music industry that I felt resonated with me and the message that I just shared like previously in this interview. And I grew up listening to Chance in high school, like long story short, and he seems like, a man of the people. And we share the same faith as well. And I was like, okay, whatever he's on in his lane in this industry, like that's the track that I want to go, because I feel like he very much like does whatever he wants to. Like he doesn't let the culture and like everyone around him sort of like box him in or define him. He stays very free and just, you know, devoted to like his faith and his direction. And he does so much to help the city of Chicago that I'm in, and he does so much to uplift people who are hidden in this industry. And yeah, it's he's a great person, and I admire his career choices a lot.
I'm snoozing. I roll cause the boy not listen. Did he try? Did he try? Tell me, did he try? Did he try? Was I a feeling that you wanted to follow?
Definitely work on developing your craft like as much as you can. If you're wanting to get your music out there, like learn piano, learn guitar, get vocal training, learn a bit of theory, connect with artists that are around you in your city, you know, put yourself out there, but just know that like developing your craft is the best thing that you can do. And then also like I do think that like faith is a part of it, and seeking like your purpose kind of in life. I think that's really important too. Hi, my name is Maddi Jane, and I've just been buzzed.
Did you try? Did you try? Tell me, did you really try?